Good day, everyone. Welcome to I Square Maths Academy, where numbers and variables actually need mastery. In our last section, we actually looked at the general quadratic formula method of analyzing or solving the quadratic equation. Today, we are going to be looking at the factorization method. Yes, factorization method of solving quadratic equation. Let's get started. Now, example. Now, example 1. Using the factorization method, find the values of x if 5x squared plus 4x minus 9 is equal to 0. Yes, it's equal to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation. I remember last time I told us the difference between an equation and an expression. Now, for an equation, there's an equality sign. Yes, an equation has an equality sign, while expression does not have. So it means if we have 5x squared plus 4x minus 9. Now, in this case, there's no equality sign. This is an expression. So because the highest power is 2 here, you call it a quadratic expression. Yes. And even the quadratic equation, we have quadratic trinomials, we have binomials, and we also have monomials. Now, for instance, if you have 5x squared plus 4x is equal to 0. Now you have those two functions here, 1, 2. So this is a quadratic binomial. Yes, because you have those two. Bi means 2. Now for monomial, you have those 1. 5x squared probably equal to 0. So this is a monomial, quadratic monomial. So now we're actually looking at trinomials. That is quadratic trinomials. So now we have 5x squared plus 4x minus 9 is equal to 0. And here we have been restricted to the factorization method. Remember, we have 4 methods. Yes, 4 methods at O level for solving or analyzing a quadratic equation. Yes, I actually mentioned the general quadratic formula method, the completing the squared method, the factorization method, and of course the graphical method. Now we have actually seen how to use the completing the squared method and also the general quadratic formula method. So now we're actually looking at the factorization method. So now in using the factorization method, solution using factorization. Yes, factorization method. Now in spelling factorization, you could see here I use x and here I'm using z. It is allowed. It is accepted. Yes, factorization. Now when using the factorization, the first step is to multiply this and this. Yes, this and this. That's the first step. Now when you multiply 5x squared times minus 9, that will give us minus 45x squared. Now let me take it again. Yes, let me take it again. Using the factorization method, the first step is to multiply the whole of this, that is your a, and its coefficients by c. So 5x squared times minus 9. Yes, 5x squared times minus 9 is minus 45x squared. That's the first step. Now, the next step is to look for two factors that when you multiply, it gives minus 45x squared. Yes, but when you add, it gives plus 4x. I take it again. The first step is to multiply this by this, that is a by c. And we have multiplied, we got minus 45x squared. Now the next step is to look for two factors that when you multiply, it gives minus 45x squared. Then when you add, it gives plus 4x. I take it again, plus 4x. Now let's see all the factors of 45, minus 45. So the factors of minus 45 are, we have minus 45 and 1, we have minus 1 and 45, we have minus 9 and 5, we have minus 5 and 9. Yes, now we have minus 15 and 3. Let's see, 15, 3, this is 15, yes, minus 15 and 3, then we have minus 3 and 15. Now remember, we are looking for two factors. Now when you multiply, it gives minus 45 x squared. Then when you add, it gives plus 4x. Now let's look at this now. Let's add x to it. X, 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 x. Now let's look at the first one. Now, minus 45x times 1x, it will give us minus 45x squared. Good. Now, but minus 45x plus 1x, minus 45x plus 1x, it will give us minus 44x. And what we're looking for is plus 4x. Yeah, so those two factors are not the factors. Now, let's look at the next factors. Minus 1x times 45x is minus 45x squared. Minus 1x plus 45x, that will give us plus 44x. And remember, we need 4x. Now let's go to the third one. Minus 9x times 5x, that will give us minus 45x squared. Minus 9x plus 5x, that will give us minus 4x. Remember, what we need is plus 4x, not minus 4x. Now let's try the next factor. Let's try the next one. Now, minus 5x times 9x is minus 45x squared. Now, minus 5x plus 9x, when you add minus 5 plus 9, that will give us 4x. That will give us plus 4x. We know that 4x is the same thing as plus 4x. It means since we have plus here, these are the factors. So it means we are using these two factors. We have minus 5x, and here we have 9x. Minus 5x and 9x. So here now we have 5x squared minus 5x plus 9x minus 9 is equal to 0. Now let's figure out what actually happened here. Now this minus 5x and 9x took the position of this plus 4x. Because minus 5x plus 9x is 4x. So you can see that those two factors now replaced 4x. So here we have 5x squared minus 5x plus 9x minus 9 is equal to 0. Now, if we look at this, 5x squared and 5x, what is common? 5 is common, x is also common. So 5x is common. So inside here, we left with x minus 1. Then here we have plus 9x and 9. So 9 is common. So here we'll be left with x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now it means here we have to take one of these factors, one of these brackets. So here we have x minus 1, and here we have 5x plus 9 equal to 0. Now we are taking this one of these because this is common. If you factor out x minus 1, you bring it out, you'll be left with 5x plus 9 is equal to 0. So it means x minus 1 is equal to 0, or 5x plus 9 is equal to 0. So if you take this minus 1 to the other side, we have x will be equal to 0 plus 1, or here we have 5x is equal to 0 minus 9, because this is minus 1. So crossing to the other side is to change to plus 1. This is plus 9. Crossing to the other side is actually changed to minus 9. So here we have x is equal to 0 plus 1 is 1, or here we have 5x is equal to 0 minus 9 is minus 9. So to get the value of x here, you have to divide both sides by the coefficient of x. So you divide through by 5, because 5 is the coefficient of x. So we have 5x all over 5 is equal to minus 9 all over 5. So this 5 will go with this 5. So it means that the value of our x will be equal to 1 or minus 9 all over 5. Now looking at this is an improper fraction. So it is not ideal. As the word implies, it is not normal to leave it like that. It is improper. So we have to make it proper. So how do we do that? is to convert this to a mixed fraction. So it means the value of to 1, or now remember this minus there. Minus divided by plus is minus. 5 will be into 9, 1 time, and we'll be left with 4. So we have 4 all over 5. So it means the values of x are 1 or minus 1 over 4 all over 5. So thank you so much. We have seen how to use the factorization method. So please remember to like, share with your friends, and subscribe. Thank you so much.